Good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. I, of course, am with Originator Success here with your daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, where we broadcast the show on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget, give me hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook know that you were here. And, let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks. Who do we got here this morning? Ms. Monica Dinkins. Good morning, James Mahan. Great to see you, sir. Hope all is well in y'all's world. Mallory Fotiadis. Good morning. So happy to have you here this morning. Who else is here this morning? Say good morning. If you're celebrating out there for the last day of 2024. And I don't know about y'all, but I am not sad to see this year go. This is not the year that I thought it was going to be. I thought we would see an uptick. Instead, kind of not really, kind of blah, right? So good morning, Mike Ron. We're going to talk about that. Colin Jordan, good morning, sir. Great to have you here as well. Hope y'all are doing great. What are your plans for New Year's Eve, by the way, y'all? I am going to see an orchestra play ABBA. Yes, ABBA, A-B-B-A. Dancing Queen. That was something my wife wanted to do, and I'm game for that. So we will be in Asheville, and sorry, itchy head. We'll be in Asheville this evening, but probably be in bed by the time the ball drops on the East Coast here. And I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I've got some stuff I want to do tomorrow, and I don't usually stay up till midnight. Don't think I will either. So, but I'm figuring the show should be done probably around 10, get home around by 11. I'll be in bed. Don't anticipate staying up, although it's possible. So what are y'all doing? Let me know in the comments what you were doing. Benoit, great to see you. Bill, hope you are having a good day. Megan, good morning. Colin, great to have you here. So, all right. Well, I know it's going to be a light crowd today, so we're going to go ahead and get going. And let's start with a quick recap what happened yesterday. Let me go ahead and share the screen with you, and we'll go over some stuff here. So quick recap yesterday. It was really just a boring day, as you can see here on the 48-hour chart down here in this bottom right corner. Just a little bit of movement, not much at all. Things were quiet. We knew it would be. It's, this time of year, very, very reduced trading activity. There's generally not a lot going on. Good morning, Ms. Brandy Brickler, Megan Lindberg, Mark, and Kyle Mazikis. Good morning. As far as rate sheets go today, they're going to be basically unchanged. We really shouldn't see much of a difference between yesterday. If we take a look at Mortgage News Daily, using that as a reference point here, let me go ahead and get rid of this. Using Mortgage News Daily as a reference point, we saw rates kind of improve a little bit yesterday in pricing, 7.06 versus 7.11, 7.12, very much in line with where we were last Friday. So kind of washed away, or not last Friday, the Friday before, kind of washed away last week's losses. Not really any big movement. This is normal. This is what we expected. I mean, really, this is basically unchanged through the end of the year, and likely we're going to see more of. As far as the reprice risk today, it's low. It's very unlikely that we're going to see anything necessarily move today. There's nothing on the economic calendar. Bond market closes at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and of course is closed tomorrow. So really not much to speak of at all. Traders still away and will be away again. Correcting what I talked about this Friday, I had talked about the BLS jobs data because it's normally the first Friday of the month. However, I didn't pay attention, and I said, that's kind of odd that we don't have any of the other data, and then went, oh yeah, okay, everything's pushed back a week. So BLS jobs data is on the 10th. So this is, we're going to end this year and go into the new year with things pretty relatively quiet. But the overall outlook for next year is that rates are going to move higher in 2025. If we take a look, let me go ahead and pop this on full screen again, show you. If we take a look at mortgage-backed securities, by the way, this shows down 11 basis points, but it's not. I don't know why it shows that. I don't know where it's basing that from. but we ended yesterday at 100.65 and we're at 100.68. So we're up about 3 basis points on the day. So ignore this minus. I don't know why it's minus. Like I said, we're up about 4.53 as far as the 10-year treasury yield, very much in line with where we're at. So looking back on a year ago, as we were coming into 2020, 2025, we had 101.50, 101.33, 101.38. So I mean, we're about 70 basis points different, maybe 80 basis points away from where we were last year. We actually, ending last year, beginning of this year, we actually saw mortgage-backed securities doing better as far as where rates were at. Let's see. This is let's see, 1 year. Can we turn off some of these other ones? We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. Okay. So looking back a year ago, they were showing the mortgage rates at 6.72. Today we're at 7.06. Again, being down about 70, 80 basis points from where we were ending last year, beginning this year. And what that looks like on the actual rate sheet side of things, if we take a look here where we were at. So we did see rates continue to creep higher at the beginning of the year, and I think we're going to see that happen again this year. Now, the good news is that if you remember, we do have there's a smaller gap or margin between the 10-year and mortgage-backed securities. Not to get too deep on that, but basically that's helping to keep rates a little bit better than where they would be if we were kind of seeing the same numbers that we were earlier in the year. But overall, it's likely that we see rates continue to creep a little bit higher as we head into 2025. We'll see what happens with inflation. We'll see what happens with the new administration. So the advice remains as it has been: lock them. Just lock them. There's not enough improvement or even potential for improvement to bother floating. If you're floating because you are trying to time it and you need to buy some days, that's fine, right? You can float until the end of the week. You're not going to see rates any different than what you're seeing today. Is that enough for us to cautiously float or even, or float through into the end of the week? No, because there's just not enough potential for improvement to get excited about floating. The risks just favor locking in this environment right now. I know that you're going to hear that a lot and it's going to be boring for me. I hate telling you that, but it's going to be the reality. So that's where we're at, my friends. That's what we got going on this wonderful last day of 2024. And let's talk a little bit about 25. Mallory's going to be making some tamales, fireworks, and have your own ball drop with the kids at 9 o'clock. That's what I'm talking about. My kids are 26 and 27 now, but I remember those days. Julie, so am I explaining to clients what's going on correctly? Let's see. Let's pop you on here. Basically, tariffs are likely to cause inflation. I don't necessarily agree with that, by the way. Tariffs did not cause inflation in Trump's first go around. So the argument that they're going to cause inflation now, I don't buy it. That's my own personal take on it. But inflation is likely to rise because you have a strong economy. That's why you're going to see inflation rise. Basically, cause inflation to rise. The Fed stating they will not lower the Fed funds rate anymore. Rates climb for the next 5 or so months, depending on how inflation and jobs and unemployment and all of that are with the new administration. Still an unknown. Yeah, that's a lot of it. What you got to remember, the difficult part of talking about the new administration is it's tied with politics. It's tied with Trump. We have a very, very polarized public today, and people that are pro-Trump are going to be like, don't pick on Trump and don't blame Trump, and people that are anti-Trump are going to be like, it's all Trump's fault and you're talking about Trump. And it's kind of a hard thing to talk about, but what you want to preface it with is that it's not politics. However, the way that markets react to Trump and Trump's administration and the administration policies, here's what I would be talking about a lot. We've seen a previous Trump presidency. Here's what happened then. We're expecting something similar to happen now. And that way it takes some of that pressure off. You'd be like, Trump's policies, his administration's policies are very pro business, pro economy. What we saw happen in his last presidency is that the economy did do well. We're expecting that to continue to happen, whether you think that's because of a Biden administration rolling into this time or not. None of that matters. But this is what we think is going to happen. It's unlikely that we see inflation. It's not expected that inflation will drop much quicker from here. In fact, we could see some retracement. It's normal for that to happen. We've seen it before, and it's unlikely that you're going to see rates drop. Now, also, the thing that I would be emphasizing to borrowers about home pricing and affordability, remember something, rates equal affordability. And that's the problem. People aren't upset that they're paying higher rates because honestly, looking at credit card rates, you could tell that people have no idea what rates actually mean in their head, right? It's about affordability. Why do people not complain when their credit card rates go up, but they complain when a mortgage rate goes up? Because of the payment. The payment on a credit card remains small because it's a keep you in debt and indentured servitude for the rest of eternity payment, whereas mortgage payments are higher. And when people are very fixed on rates, what I would be emphasizing is that in the last, 4 years, we have seen home prices double in most markets, double. And that was due to rates being too low. Now, lower rates would seem like they would make things more affordable. However, the reality is that with lower rates will come an increased demand, and increased demand will drive home prices up again and really put them out of reach. These are the rates for where they're at. Now, home prices could retrace a little bit depending on the market. Right now, there's still a strong appetite, although people are a little bit slower to act and struggling more with affordability. There's still enough buyers out there to support the market. We're seeing more inventory build up, but not enough that it puts us into a buyer's market. We're still in a seller's market, and we're just seeing a little bit more of normalizing. Historically, we like to see 6 months of inventory. We're at about 4 months right now. We were down into a month and a half. So that's kind of the difference why. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation. Keep that in mind. Julie said, I've been saying not because of one person or the other, it's an investor outlook. Exactly. Stick to that story. That's your story and stick to it. We want to keep politics out of it. Politics create emotion. Emotion creates what could be animosity. And, you can't afford to lose loans over political beliefs and things, even if, who cares if my clients agree with me or disagree with me, right? Thank you, Deb. Appreciate you. Alan, good morning, sir. And, so anyway, Mike Schmolgen, good morning, man. All right, my friends. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up this lovely December 31st, 2024. I will see you in 2025. I'm excited about what we're going to do in 2025. Got some plans for the lives as well as the lock advice and originator success overall. Some stuff on our roadmap. It's very exciting for me. So look forward to seeing y'all next year. Be safe today. Be smart, and I'll see you on Thursday. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.